Testing, testing, 1, 2. I think we're live. We're about to find out. I don't have my phone on me, so I'm about to turn it on and see if we're live. I don't think there's anybody listening, though. We're live. That's what I'm talking about. I can hear myself talk on YouTube. On the YouTube! All right, folks. Well, we finally had an opportunity to kick off the pregame show, Coffee Talk with Pirates Moms, but we only had one Pirates mom here. So big shout out to Jill for actually showing up and being a mom. All you other moms, I don't know. Yeah, so, yeah, Jill says you're on your way, but I don't know about that. It's a beautiful day for baseball out here at Premier Baseball of Texas. This is the premier place to play baseball in Texas, or so they say. The Pirates are taking on the Backyard Ballers. We've played out at their place a couple times. Last time, I believe, was our first tournament of the season. But we're playing at Premier today. The worst thing about playing at Premier today is that we're looking at Chick-fil-A out in left field, and it's not open. In the words of the great Kanye West, closed on Sunday. You my Chick-fil-A. So we'll have to settle for Whataburger if we're feeling hungry, or just go get something from the concession stand. It's a windy day. It's beautiful. We'll go through the defensive starting lineup for the Pirates. They're the number 3 seed here in this tournament. They played great yesterday. They scored a bunch of runs. They won both games, and they only gave up 5 runs. So Ty is on the hill. Luke's behind the plate. Henry's at third. Brenner's at short. Dash is at second. Preston's at first. Kelby's in right with a very bright future. Parker's future is also bright out in center. And Travis's future is pretty bright as well in left. So outfielders got very bright futures. Infielders not so much. Here we go. Ty did great on the mound yesterday. Looking to replicate that today. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's in the dirt for ball 1. So the umpire says it hit him in the foot. So 1 pitch, 1 runner on. Ty had an immaculate inning first game of yesterday. He pitched 3 pitches and got 3 outs. It was pretty cool. First one I've seen. Runner takes off. That pitch is in the dirt as well. Runner is safely at second base. I hope someone's listening to this so that I'm not wasting any air. Addie, I know you're listening only because Cody just told me you were, so thanks for humoring me. That pitch is in the dirt. Luke throws it down. Not in time. So this batter's box, no, this is not. This is Backyard Ballers. Lots of bees. We are playing baseball. It's been very, very good to me. There's a pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on third base. Nobody out here in the top half of the first inning. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 3. Wind is blowing straight in today. Foul pole is turned the wrong direction down left field. Just in case you're wondering. That one's in the dirt. Good stop there by Luke. So opportunity for these boys, if they hit a home run, they can actually hit a foul home run and it'll be counted fair. But only on this field, I think. Nope, I didn't even notice it on the field last time, but every left field foul pole is turned incorrectly out here. Throw over to first. Runner gets back. Ty comes set. Throws over to first base. Runner's back in time. Umpire in the field is on the wrong side of the base for anyone who's watching. He should be on the shortstop side of the base based on where the runners are set up. But who's count? It's the little things, folks. We're just paying attention to the little things today. Ty takes a long look over, 3 long looks over at the runner on first base. He takes off. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Luke throws it down. Dash is there to cut it off. Runner on third doesn't go. So, runners on second and third, nobody out. 1-0 count to this 3-hole hitter for Backyard Ballers. Not to be confused with Batter's Box Black, although they have about the same amount of B's. Ben makes his way out to the mound. Getting these boys calmed down a little bit. Ty's going to work through this jam. I can feel it. Here's the pitch. That is right in there for a strike. It looked like it was right down the middle. One count. Here's the pitch. That's hit to third base. Henry fields it, makes the throw. Preston unable to catch it. So Backyard Ballers have runners on first and third again with nobody out. All right, we got some listeners, folks. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Addie. I know you're out there, even though you didn't text me. You don't have my number, though. Ty comes set. Runner takes off. Here's the pitch. That is fouled off down the third base line. I think Ty's probably going to throw over to first. Let's see. No, he doesn't. He delivers a pitch. That's in the dirt for a ball. Well, folks, just based off looking at the boys that are in the field, Sockgate 2025 is over. Everybody's wearing the correct socks, and it looks like they all fit, so that's good. Here's the pitch. That is hit high into right field. Kelby looks like he's camped under it. He was not. It gets past him. 2 runs are going to score. There's potential. Nope, no throw to third. So I think the wind played some tricks on Kelby. It looked like he was camped under it, and then it got over him. So 2-run score, 3-0 Backyard Ballers. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike on the outside corner. The plate is raised up about, looks like 1.5 inches above the field of play. Here's the pitch. That's hit hard at Henry. Hits him in the leg. He doesn't get back to the base in time, so that was hit hard. Brenner doing a good job backing Henry up. Well, this Backyard Ballers team is putting the ball in play. That much I can say. Ty comes set, runners on first and third, nobody out still. It's in there for a strike. Throw down, Dash fires it back, not in time. So I don't know what it is, but here's the pitch. It's hit softly to first. Preston fields it, steps on first for the first out of the inning. So hopefully that calms the Pirates down a little bit now, getting that first out. Four to 0. All right, runner on third base, 1 out, top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Hitter actually swung at that after Luke caught it. So I don't think he had much chance of hitting it. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Tie comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That one hit the plate, and he still swung at it. So good job, Ty. Working down in the zone. Keying off of that first swing and realizing this kid can't lay off anything down. See if he stays there. Here's the pitch. Changeup, hit softly down the third base line, foul. Tie comes set. Here's the pitch. That got him right in the back. Not what Ty was looking to do. I know he's got to be frustrated about that. So the struggles continue for the Pirates here in the top half of this first inning. Runners on first and third, 1 out. 4 runs already on the board for the backyard ballers. Here's the pitch. Runner does not take off. That is on the outside corner for strike 1. Ty takes a look over at the runner on first. He comes set. Runner takes off. Here's the pitch. That's hit high in the air. Preston with an opportunity, I think. And doubles him up. So great job by Preston getting over, catching that ball in foul territory, and then doubling up the runner who was really not paying any attention at all. So poor base running helped the Pirates out there. That was a struggle. We got through it, only gave up 4 runs. Could have been worse. Pirates got some work to do on offense. We head into the bottom half of the first inning. Backyard Ballers 1, Pirates 0. Well, while we got a break in the action, folks, got to give a big shout out to our IT department. We struggled yesterday with our temporary IT department. She did the best she could, but it wasn't good enough. I'm kidding. She really did a good job. I don't know anything about IT either. All I do is talk. That's the only thing I can do. But thankfully, Tommy was here on time. He had cash too and was able to get us hooked up. Actually got us hooked up early. So like I said earlier, we could have had our inaugural coffee talk with Pirates Mom, but the only Pirates Mom that was here was Jill. So we didn't. Well, if the Pirates are able to win this game, they'll play again at 4. Most likely against, well, I'm not going to say who most likely against, but potentially against the Magnolia Strikers, who are the number 2 seed. We faced them in the first tournament of the season. It was a close game. They ended up pulling that one out. They went on to play in the championship, lost in the championship, but they're a good club, so may play them at 4, but we got to win this one first. All right, here we go, folks. Brenner's leading off. Brenner, a.k.a. Vlad Guerrero III. Wind is still blowing straight in from left center. Well, left center. Brenner stands towards the front of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. It's outside, past the catcher for ball 1. Softball chants have already started. We're looking to nip those in the bud as early as possible, but apparently we did not. But Brenner's got a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Brenner tips that one foul for strike one. Here's the pitch. Brenner swings and misses at that one. He was way out in front of that. Here's the pitch. He hits that one hard at the second baseman, who was basically playing first base. So Brenner is on with we'll give him an infield hit on that. Second baseman was shaded over, playing like a lefty was hitting. But nonetheless, Brenner with a base hit. That brings up Parker. Parker's waving his bat. Here's the pitch. Good throw there by the catcher, but Brenner in safely. So, good throw there. It was late by a lot, but it was still a good throw. That's on the outside corner for strike one. Brenner gets his lead. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball two. Parker had a great bunt yesterday. He made a fantastic throw out in center field, too, and he pitched well. Pretty much had an all-around good day Saturday. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball three. Well, Parker is going to have to work on that take because he definitely tipped off that he was taking by that bat waving. I liked it, but he was tipping it off, that he was not swinging. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Parker fouls that one straight back. Good cut there. Just missed it. Full count here. Brenner gets his lead. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball four. Brenner advances as that one gets to the screen. So if you're watching the video and you can see, be watching to see what Parker does. My guess is he's going to jog real slowly off of first before the pitcher delivers the pitch, trying to induce a throw, get into a rundown. I like Parker's chances of being safe in a rundown. Throw over to first, not in time. Brings up Luke Lunar Landers. He had a great day at the plate yesterday. Lots of hits, lots of RBIs. Parker takes off. Take was on the whole way, no throw down. Stat team is a little bit slacking this morning, so I don't have Luke's exact stats, but I know he had at least 3 hits yesterday and probably 5 RBIs, maybe 4. Parker gets a giant lead. Here's the pitch. Luke held up. It looked out, but called on the outside corner for strike 2. Looked a little bit high, too. Pitcher comes set. Not really, though. Luke hits that one. That's going to get down for a single. Parker is right behind Brenner. There's going to be a play. All right, there's some confusion, folks. There was a bat right in the baseline, and good throw there by the left fielder, but Parker could not get down. All right, some confusion. The third baseman was standing on third base. Should be interference by the third baseman. We'll see if we get the call. I doubt we will because that umpire was not paying attention out in the field. So, no, we don't get the call. Good job by Luke continuing. He's got at least a 3-game hitting streak now. Here's the pitch. That is fouled out of play and onto the other field. So Travis, a.k.a. the Rock Jock, is up. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 1. So 1 out, one run on the board. Probably should have had 2, but like I said, the umpire was out of position earlier, so didn't necessarily expect him to get that call. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Travis wanted that one. He wanted that one, folks. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 2. Here's the pitch. That's outside and high for ball 3. So that's a full count. Travis looking to put something in play. Right center field is, there's a big old gap in right center field. It'd be great if he could hit something there. Here's the pitch. That's hit high down the line into foul territory. Left fielder does a great job of getting over there and catching that. So Travis fouls out. Long fly, foul out. That brings up Ty the hit guy Brockman. We got a substitute runner in for Luke. Luke's going to be behind the plate still, so Travis goes out and runs for him. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. Umpire almost called that a strike, folks. It looked like it crossed in the left-handed batter's box, but he still almost called it a strike. Nonetheless, it's a ball. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pitcher's not really coming set. I probably could have called about 3 balks already. We'll see if we get a call here. Here's the pitch. Travis takes off, swing and a miss. That hits Travis. He is going to score. So good base running there by Travis. And the Pirates plate their second run of the inning. So Ty's behind in the count 1-2, looking to get a 2-out rally going here. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs on the board. See how many 2s we can roll with. Bottom of the first inning. Day 2 of this tournament. I got a lot of 2s in there. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner. Catcher drops it, but makes a throw to first in time for the 3rd out. So called strike 3. Catcher dropped it. Ty ran down, unable to beat the throw. So defensively, we'll see what's happening out here for the Pirates. with Henry to see if he needs sunglasses. He's out in right field. I think he's going to be looking into the sun, but he said he's good. So I'm going to keep wearing my sunglasses. Man, listening to some 90s hip hop doesn't get a whole lot better than that. I mean, let me clarify. I'm not super supportive of opposing teams playing music between innings, but nonetheless, that's what we're listening to. We got some Montel Jordan cranking right now. This is how we do it. I think that song's actually about baseball. It's about winning baseball games. This is how we do it. So, anyway. Let us know what your favorite 90s hip-hop song is. Leave it in the comments. I think mine might be Regulators. I know it's kind of like an easy cop-out pick, but it's a good song. Warren G. All right, here we go. Tie comes set. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike one. Let us know in the comments. Like I said, let us know in the comments your favorite 90s hip-hop song. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike two. Ty gets ahead quickly, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Stayed out there, down in the dirt. I think that was a good spot to be. Just missed the zone a little bit. So 1-2. Ty comes set. Here's the pitch. Changeup got him, but he was able to foul it off. Just barely got a piece of that. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball two. Got this guy. Here's the pitch. That is fouled off right in front of the plate. Travis did a good job of getting out in front of that. We got nothing in the live chat, folks. That one's hit softly to Clint at second base. He fields it, makes the throw for the first out of the inning. And the Pirates are going to give it a go at throwing it around. They successfully threw it around the horn for the first time today. Good job, Pirates. Here's the pitch. Popped out of play for strike one. Great rebound there by Travis. He's a multi-sport athlete. Stat team is telling us that he swims also. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. So Ty gets ahead of this hitter 0-2 as well. He was up on the other hitter 0-2, able to get a soft ground out. See what he can do here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, bounces to the screen. Travis makes a strong throw, but it is going to get over Preston's head. Henry was there backing him up, so the runner doesn't advance. That ball bounced about 3 feet in front of home plate, and the hitter still swung at it. Not a whole lot Travis could do there. That's one way to get on base. Runner on first, 1 out. Travis is going to be looking to throw him out at second base. Runner takes off. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Travis with a strong throw down. Renner with a great tag. The kid looked like he popped off the base, but the umpire called him safe. So good throw, Travis. Good tag, Brenner. Good pitch, Ty. 0-1. Runner on second base, 1 out. Wind is blowing straight in from center field according to the American flag. Here's the pitch. That is hit out into center field to Parker. He backs up at first, misses that one. Henry there to back him up. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, there's not. Well, it was close. So, backyard ballers trade places. Runner on second base is the hitter who drove in the runner on second base. He takes off. That's in there for a strike. Travis with the throw down, and he got him. So that's Travis's third assist, second of this tournament, third assist of the season. Great job, Travis. Good tag there by Will. That's 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball one. So 1-1 count. Clint lost his hat. He gets it back on in time. Ty stepped off. Here's the pitch. A little bit inside for ball one. Ball two, I'm sorry. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Good snag there by Travis. 3-1 count.
Put in there, Ty. Make a play, Pirates.
Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball one. Umpire wanted to call it a strike, but chose not to. Ben's making his way out to the mound. We got 7 viewers on YouTube. I like seeing that. Let's see how many we got on Game Changer. That's the other thing you can let us know. Let us know your preference, Game Changer or YouTube. We got 11 viewers on Game Changer, so that's a total of 18. Thanks, all 18 of you, for tuning in. I will say this, though. We had more viewers last week when the ladies were calling the game than we have this week, so a little disappointing there. All right, we got a new pitcher. Ty did a great job. He threw a lot of strikes. Defense wasn't as good as it normally is, though, so he comes out of the game, and Parker comes in. Looks like he's throwing pretty hard right now. He's downwind, so that gives him an extra mile or two an hour at least. You know, for me personally, the worst thing about this game time is that I can't enjoy my afternoon cup of coffee. I have an afternoon cup of coffee pretty much every day, but with the noon start, it's a little challenging for me. So I'll have to miss out today. It's a bummer. Maybe my wife is listening and she'll bring me a cup if we win this game. Maybe she'll bring me a cup out here for the second game. I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening, Andrea. This is a test. That's right. This is a test. This is only a test of the emergency broadcast system. All right, here we go, folks. Speaking of tests, I don't know if anybody is from Oklahoma that's listening. I think there's a few that might have at least lived in Oklahoma. They test the tornado sirens weekly in Oklahoma like that. So I grew up with that, listening to the tornado sirens get tested on a weekly basis. It's a little eerie when you look out and it's a clear blue sky and the tornado siren starts going off. Anyway, here we go. Runner on first base. Parker with that's his medium move. His first move was his bad move. That was his medium move. We'll see if he gives him his good move. He's picked off a lot of kids. Slide step home. It's upstairs for ball one. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Well, so far, no signs that Andrea is listening to me, which honestly is not that surprising. I think she gets tired of hearing me talk as it is. She don't want to listen to an hour and a half of it. Here's the pitch. That is in there for strike 1. 2-1 count, runner on first base. Parker with a quick throw over to first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He blew that by him. See if he stays with that fastball. I hope he does, because that wasn't even close. She's listening, folks. Andrea is listening, which means she might bring me a cup of coffee if we play a second game. It might be gross abuse of power, but he who holds the mic controls the message. That's fouled out of play. We talked about that yesterday, actually. He who holds the mic controls the message, so. It's the beauty about KNOW. I've got no censorship. I can say whatever I want. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 3. Full count. Runner's going to be going. We'll see if Parker tries picking him off, knowing that he's going to be going. Be a great way to get a quick out. All right, so Parker and I are of one mind right now, but runner wasn't biting. We think he's going to do it again. We'll see. No, he does not. Runner. That is in there for called strike 3, right over the outside corner. Good job there by Parker coming in and shutting down the backyard ballers after Ty got us to that point. Pirates got some work to do. Backyard ballers get, I don't even think they got a hit. I think it was all errors. No, they score 1 run on no hits. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into the bottom of the 2nd. Backyard Ballers 5. You're listening to AM 1930 KNOW. If you know, you know. And we're back, folks. We're out here at 99 and I think Cypress Rose Hill is the cross street. If you don't live around here, you probably don't know where that's at. We typically have a worldwide viewership, so probably some folks on the broadcast don't know where we are. But no, I did account for the Game Changer folks recently. We've got 19 viewers now. Still below the 20 that we got to when the ladies were broadcasting. So come on, people. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends' family. We got 11U baseball. You know, the only thing better than watching 11U baseball on a Sunday afternoon is paying to watch 11U baseball on a Sunday afternoon. It only cost me $10. Some folks it cost $20 because they had more than one adult in the car. You got to rent the cages out here too. $700 entry fee for the team and $10 a person isn't enough. We got 20 viewers, folks. That's what I'm talking about. 20 viewers. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1. Will the Thrill Hall stands in. He hit the ball hard yesterday. He had a big double. Wasn't rewarded for every single hard hit ball though because they were inadvertently playing him in the shift. That's upstairs for ball 2. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 3. So Will, it's upstairs for ball 4. So Will earns a 4-out walk. That brings up Henry Poole. He's here. If you haven't watched the movie, watch it. Henry Poole is here. I say it every time almost. It's good. Henry stands in. Here's the pitch. Take was on. It's on the outside corner for strike one. Will with the stolen base. I think the bunt might be on. We'll see. Nope, here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Gets to the screen. Will advances to third on the pitch. So Henry with an opportunity for an RBI. He had one with Will on second base, but now extra opportunity for an RBI here. Looking to hit something hard in a gap somewhere. Right fielder, all the outfielders are playing incredibly shallow. Left fielders basically playing on the foul lines. Here's the pitch. That one is outside, gets to the screen. Yeah. The left fielder is basically playing a deep third base. Coach calls time. Dun, 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 dun. All right, folks. This is a call out to all my listening audience. If you want to get me a portable organ, we'll get some tunes going. It's not going to be Montel Jordan, but it'll be good nonetheless, because this is how we do it. All right, we're back in the action. Henry's heading the count 2-1. He's going to be looking for something. He kind of likes it high and inside. See if he gets a pitch there. Here's the pitch. Henry fouls that one out of play down the right field line. Two-two count. This kid's got a breaking ball. We'll see if he throws it. Here's the pitch. He does throw it. It did not break. So Henry's got a full count.
Battle up there. Here we go.
Here's the pitch. Foul tip, swinging, caught by the catcher for strike three. So that's first out of the inning. That brings up KP Kelby Pittman. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball one. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that Kelby hits hard into right field. It's going to be an RBI single. Will scores. Kelby hit that one hard right into right field. So the pitcher hung that breaking ball, and Kelby hit it hard out into right field for an RBI single. Pirates draw one run closer, 5-3. One out here in the bottom half of the second inning. That brings up Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack. Kelby with a quasi-slide is back into first base. First baseman dropped the ball on him. And the pitcher dropped the ball when it was thrown back to him. So lots of mistakes. Kelby takes off. That pitch is outside for a ball. Throw is not in time. Kelby slides in. Kelby missed second base with his front foot, but was able to grab it with his hand. So he was safe. Throw was not anywhere close. Would have been safe anyway. Here's the pitch. Preston fouls that one to the right side and out of play for strike one. Preston is wearing his lumberjack batting gloves and his yellow and gold and black camo arm sleeve. Preston hits that one hard right to Ben, who makes the play. Sign him up, folks. Preston's wearing the arm sleeve on the wrong arm this time. Here's the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, hits the ground. Catcher makes the throw, and Preston's out. So 2 outs. That was the first curveball that this kid's thrown that actually broke. That brings up Clint. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball. Kelby thought about stealing. Got about halfway down between second and third, but decided against it and got back to the base safely. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 2. This pitcher's not even taking a look at Kelby on second base. It'd be a great opportunity for Kelby to steal. Shortstop, I don't even know how to describe it. Shortstop was smacking his glove in Kelby's face. Kelby clapped back to him. That was good, folks. I don't know if you can see that on the video or not. Here's the pitch. Clint hits that one hard, right back up the middle. Shortstop's over, but he's not going to make... He was off the base. He came off the base for sure. He came off the base, absolutely. Foot was not even close to on the base. Home plate umpire was not paying attention. And we've got an appeal. We'll see what happens. We're going to go to the replay booth on this, folks. Give us just a moment. We'll see what they say. All right, so the ruling on the field is overturned. The runner is safe at first. The first baseman pulled his foot off the base. Backyard Ballers, please come back out to the field. Pirates, you're back up to bat. That was the umpires. We had them on. We grant you exclusive access here on KNOW, your home for Pirates baseball. Nothing like having the umps mic'd up. So Clint with a base hit. Pirates are down 5-4 now. That brings up Dash. All right, so we got a new pitcher. Sorry, I thought we were just going to get in and go, but we're not. We got a new pitcher for Backyard Ballers. See, we got folks in the audience that are listening. I did say earlier it's the little things, and that was the little thing right there. I'm going to give credit to Coach Britton. He saw it happen, and he ran out and told Coach Ben. Ben made the appeal. Umpires went to the replay booth, and we got the call. Well, the drive-through line is getting longer at Whataburger. With Chick-fil-A closed on Sunday, I'm just pausing for dramatic effect in case anyone knows the song. With Chick-fil-A closed on Sunday, Whataburger's the only game in town out here at 99 and Cypress Rose Hill. So hamburgers it is, despite what the cows tell you about eating more chicken. Not today, folks, not today. I like giving them a hard time, but they actually got it right that time. Did a good job. All right, we're back in the action. Dash swinging someone else's bat because he's swinging an icon. Here's the pitch. He squares around, fake bunt all the way. Clint takes off. He gets down. Oh, that was a crazy slide. Throw gets all the way out into center field fence. And throw comes all the way back in to home, but pulled the catcher up the first baseline. So I think if Clint had read that a little bit earlier, probably would have scored. Dash with an opportunity for an RBI here, swinging someone else's bat. He wants an icon, but his parents won't buy him one. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. That's okay. I won't buy Henry an icon either, so I'm not one to critique. Clint gets his lead. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Dash pops that one high and not caught. Catcher tried catching that. It was right up against the screen. Unable to make the play. Good job there by the catcher making the effort. Dash with some new life. 1-2 count. Runner on third base, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Coach is amped. Players are amped. Coach is out jumping around. Catcher threw the ball straight into the ground because he was so amped. All right, folks, we head into the top of the third inning. Pirates scored 2 runs that inning on 1 hit. Kelby had a base hit. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into top of the third. Backyard Ballers 5, Pirates 4. Parker's still out on the mound. Travis is still behind the plate. Will's at third. Brenner's at short. Kelby out in center, and Clint's in right. Looking for someone to start the live chat on YouTube, folks. Don't be shy. Actually, you know what? I bet a lot of people are not watching the YouTube one on their phone. They're probably watching on their TVs, which makes it harder to participate in the live chat. Here we go, folks. Parker Looks like he's working out of the stretch here. There's the pitch. That's fouled off for strike one. So his Backyard Ballers team has been behind Parker's fastball every single time. And significantly behind it, like not even close. So see if he keeps working that fastball. Here's the pitch. He does. Swing and a miss for strike two. That was at his eyes, but swung at it and missed it. If you can't catch up when it's in the zone, you're probably not going to catch up when it's at your eyes. So calls for Parker to throw his changeup. We'll see what he does here. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed for strike three. So that's 2 strikeouts for Parker. Boys throw it around the horn successfully for the second time. We got a lefty on lefty matchup here. I don't remember this kid being in the lineup earlier. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Again, way behind Parker's fastball. Parker working that high heat. Keep on bringing it, Parker. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike two.
One more, PG.
So Parker bringing the heat.
Send down right here.
Runner on first base. Unfortunate there. Honestly, I don't even think the batter really realized that he hit the ball. He hit Travis's glove, hit the ball, took off running. Parker throws over. One out here, runner on first base. He's got a very small lead. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball one. This hitter looks like he might be looking for a shoe deal too. He's wearing Air Jordans. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike one. 1-1 count. Runner still on first base. Has a 1-step lead off the bag. Parker's not worried about him. That one's fouled back for strike two. Drive-through line's real long in Whataburger now, folks. If you're looking for a hamburger on your way out, just give yourself an extra 15 minutes. Parker takes a look in. He just threw over to first base. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. That's hit. Line drive to Preston, who catches it and touches first base for Preston's second solo double play of the game. Great job there. That is, like we said, Preston's second solo double play of the game. First one on a soft pop-up foul ball that he caught almost at the dugout. Second one on a soft line drive that he caught in foul territory. Runner took off both times. He doubles him up. So Backyard Ballers score no runs on no hits. They leave no men on. We head into the bottom of the third inning. Backyard Ballers 5, Pirates 4. Folks, it is a beautiful day here in Northwest Houston, Texas. If you're not out here, you're missing out. It was very cold last weekend, cold and windy last weekend. It is balmy and windy this weekend. It's very nice, especially in the shade. There's a lot of shade out here at Premier. It'll only cost you $10 to get in. Pack your car with people And that per person cost goes down. You got a Suburban, and you pack it full of, what do they seat now? 8? 7? 8. Pack 7. We'll just call it 7 to be safe. Pack a Suburban full of 7 people, that's going to be less than $3 a person to come watch 11U baseball. Now we're starting to get in the realm of, that's a deal. Still only $2 to watch high school baseball, but it's closer. It's closer. Better than $10. This is just an observation, but I'm going to make it because I like making observations. The championship game is not going to be played until 8 o'clock tonight, but there's an entire baseball field that has no games on it right now. So rather than trying to get games going and get these 11-year-olds back home at a reasonable time on a school night, we're going to play the championship game at 8 o'clock tonight. I'll let you decide if that makes any sense. All right, here we go. Back to the top of the lineup. Brenner's up. He's got an icon, so that is outside for ball 1. So looks like Dash is using Brenner's bat. 1-0 count to Brenner. Here's the pitch. Hit hard to the third baseman. He boots it. Brenner should be safe. He is safe. Third baseman is basically playing shortstop. Had he not been playing shortstop, that would have been a hit into left field, but we're going to give Brenner a base hit on that, despite the error. Parker's at the very front of the box. He squares around the bunt. Throw hits the mound and gets out to second base eventually. Brenner with his 30th stolen base of the season. He's looking to be a 30-30 guy. I don't know what the other 30 is going to be, but it's at least one of the 30s is stolen bases. Here's the pitch. Parker squares around the bunt. That's down low for ball 2. So in this exact situation yesterday, Parker bunted one down the third base line. Third baseman did not crash on that, staying home with the runner on second, and shortstop's holding the runner on. So I think he could bunt it down third and easily be safe. Parker fouls that one back for strike 1. Wind has shifted directions a little bit. It's now kind of blowing in from left field. It was blowing straight in from center earlier. Now it's kind of coming from left. Here's the pitch. Parker does bunt that straight down the third base line. Perfect hit. See what backyard ballers are complaining about. And they don't win whatever it was that they were complaining about. Umpires don't even go to the replay booth, so we're not going to take you out to the field for that one, folks. Great bunt by Parker. That's 2 bunts for base hits in the last 2 games. So that brings up Luke Lunar-Landers. He's 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Throw over to third base. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Parker takes off. Take was on all the way. Catcher drops the ball, so he doesn't try and make a throw. Parker gets his lead. So does Brenner. Here's the pitch. Luke hits that one foul and out of play down the right field line.
Hey, battle up there, you got it.
So Luke's down 0-2. He's just going to be looking to put something in play, hopefully on the right side to score a run, tie this game up. Although there's a huge hole in left center field. Here's the pitch. Luke hits that one right over the first baseman's head. That's going to score Brenner for sure. Looks like it's going to score Parker too. So Luke, 2 for 2 on the day with 3 RBIs. He continues his great hitting. That's great 2-strike hitting right there. That brings up Travis, aka the Rock Jock. Throw over to first base. Luke back in time.
I'm not sure. I think it's an hour and a half.
Here's the pitch. Travis squares around and bunt. That one almost hit him. Gets to the screen. Parker safely on second base. Fake bunt has certainly been effective for the Pirates. It's throwing the catcher off for sure. Here's the pitch. Travis hits that one high into right center. Center fielder's the third baseman missed the tag. Sorry, that wasn't Parker. That was Luke. Luke tagged up. I will say this, folks. That is the best head first slide we have ever seen here at KNOW. That was an actual head first slide. So great job, Luke. Great heads up base running, tagging up. That wasn't hit super deep. The wind hung that up too, but one out. Backyard Ballers coach is not happy. Ty fouls that one back. No rebound for the catcher. So Backyard Ballers coach is not happy that his 11-year-olds are not performing. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike two. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. That brings up Will the Thrill Hall with 2 outs, looking to hit something hard. Here's the pitch. It's inside, gets to the screen, but bounces right back to the catcher. So Luke unable to advance. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball two. Luke's on third. I was looking at Luke as I was trying to talk about Will. Will drew a 4-pitch walk last at bat. He's ahead in the count 2-0 right now. Here's the pitch. He hits that one hard. That's deep, and that is out of here, folks. That is the second home run of this Pirates season, and Will the Thrill Hall hit that a mile. He smoked that one, folks. He smoked it. Sitting on a 2-0 fastball, and he hit it a long way.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that brings up Henry. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one up the middle to the shortstop. He's running down the first baseline fast, but unable to beat out the throw. So the Pirates score 3 runs on a big-time 2-run homer from Will. They lead 8-5. Oh, that was big. That was awesome. He hit that a mile. He's going to remember that for a long time. Parker already calling for balls in. He's ready to go. All right, defensively. Sorry, I'm still stoked on the homer. I don't even know what to say. I get stoked every time we hit a homer because it's awesome. Defensively, Parker's still on the mound. Travis is still behind the plate. Ty's moved to third base. Dashes at short. Luke's at second. Preston's at first. Clint's in right. Henry's in center. And Brenner is in left. Here's the first pitch. Upstairs for ball one. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike one. Two-one count. These backyard ballers, hitters, have not been able to catch up with Parker's fastball. See if he keeps working it. Here's the pitch. A little bit high for ball three. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Fouled off at Travis's face for strike two. Three-two. Here's the pitch. That is hit hard, but right at Dash, who catches that, throws it to Luke to go around the horn. That's the first around the horn failure of the day. So I think all these boys are still kind of thinking about the homer. Great play there by Dash, working up the middle and catching that line drive. Hitter squares around a bunt. Bunts it foul.
Good luck, Jeff.
Strike one. Parker comes set. Hitter squares around a bunt. He bunts it foul again for strike two. Good job there by Ty crashing in on the bunt. Unlikely that he's going to be bunting this time around. We'll see. Parker comes set. Nope, he squares around again. He lays it down. Ty's right there. Fields it, throws it. Out number two. That was a great play there by Ty. So that was a good bunt by the hitter for Backyard Ballers. Better defensive play by Ty. Crashed in hard, fielded it, throws it to first for the second out of the inning. Here's the pitch. That hit the hitter in the helmet. Takes his helmet off, gives everyone a thumbs up. He's good to go. They're going to go through the concussion protocol here with this base runner. All right, he cleared the concussion protocol. We're good to go. Parker with the throw over. Runner gets back. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. So his Backyard Ballers continue to be way behind Parker's fastball. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. Yells in his ear, if you don't hit this, I'm not taking you to Whataburger after the game. So, kid doesn't get Whataburger unless he swings. Hope it's a strike. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one back. And Travis with his second rebound of the game. Travis has got 2 rebounds and an assist. So this kid gets Whataburger because he swung at that pitch as instructed by his coach, who's probably also his dad. Parker throws over to first. Drive-through line's still pretty long at Whataburger, folks, just in case you're wondering. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 1-2 count. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's hit softly down the third base line. It rolls foul. Ty lets it roll all the way foul. That was great, folks. Ty was going to let it roll past the base just in case, but it was a foul ball. Parker threw his changeup. So still 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 2. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. It's hit hard to Ty. He fields it. Makes the throw. That, folks, should be the ball game, but we'll see. Nope, not the ball game. All right, we're playing more baseball out here at Premier of Texas. Premier Baseball of Texas, sorry. KP Kelby Pittman's going to be leading off for the Pirates in the bottom half of the, I believe we're in the 5th inning. He hasn't played that many innings in a while, folks. No, sorry, bottom of the 4th. This has been kind of a slow game, so I apologize for my confusion. Headed into the bottom of the 4th inning. Coach is still trying to argue his case that I don't know what. All right, so the coach has asked the umpire to come and check Parker's hands and glove because that's what 11-year-olds do. They put some kind of sticky foreign substance on their hands and in their glove. We haven't seen that one yet, folks. We did one tournament last season, we had some kid question Henry's age. Question whether he was on the roster. So now we have had a coach question whether one of our pitchers was using a sticky substance. So Parker's on the blacklist now. They're watching him, folks. It's a good thing he doesn't sweat like Ronel Blanco. Otherwise, he'd have been suspended for 10 games. That's what happened. Ronel Blanco threw a no-hitter last season, and then he gets suspended because he sweat too much. That's a first, folks. That is a first, and I love it. I love the intensity of 11U baseball. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike one. Hey, let's see if we probably should check this pitcher since he threw a strike. We should check and see if he's got a foreign substance on his hands or his glove. Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball one. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one high. It was tailing foul. One ball, two strikes to Kelby here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. No foreign substances found yet in this game. So the only thing we can conclude is that either Parker's not using a foreign substance or that he's really good at hiding it. I'm going with the latter. I think Parker's really good at hiding that foreign substance. Kelby stands in, tries asking for time, doesn't get it. He hits that one hard into right field and right to the right fielder, unfortunately. So good hard hit baseball by Kelby. Doesn't get down. That brings up Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike one. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Preston hits that one hard into left field. Gets through the left fielder's legs. That's going to be a two-base. Well, we'll give Preston a double on that. The official score is a double because he hit it hard. Does a little Dodgers celebration out there on second base. That brings up Clint. Here's the pitch. Clint squares around the bunt. He lays one down, but foul down the first base line. Looked like he was a little bit late getting squared around, and that one kind of got in on him. First baseman is playing way in. See if Clint bunts again. He does not. Here's the pitch. Clint hits that one hard into the hole between short and third. Shortstop gets over there, but it was too far away for him to make a throw. So good job there by Clint, hitting it where they weren't. Runners on the corners, one out. That brings up Dash. Dash is using Henry's bat now, so apparently he's past the icon. He doesn't want it anymore. Nope. Oh. Clint's in a rundown, and Preston's going to score. I don't think they're going to do it. Nope, they don't do it. So Clint's going to round second, and go back to second safely. So we're going to be checking for foreign substances in that shortstop's glove. Because when he picked it up, he threw it out into left field. I think he's got a foreign substance in his glove. I'm probably not going to let that one lie for a while. Clint's on second base. Preston scored. Here's the pitch. Dash bunts that almost into his face. Glad he fouled that one off, though. So it turns out second baseman was licking his fingers. He might have been eating a booger or something. We're not sure. But he did have a foreign substance on his hands. That is not funny. That's in there for a strike. All right, here we go. Dash got two strikes on him. Here's the pitch. Dash hits that one off the end of the bat. That's going to advance the runner. Dash is out. Dash was way out in front of that one. Good swing, just out in front. That brings up Brenner.
You slacked about that, Brenner. Come on, babe.
A.K.A. Vlad Guerrero III. Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball 1. 9-5 Pirates here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Clint is on third base, and there is 1 out. No, sorry, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 2. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 3. But Brenner's going to be looking for something that he can hit a mile. Three-0 count. 2 outs, runner on third base. Here's the pitch. Down low for ball 4. So Brenner earns a 4-pitch walk. That brings up Parker. Jury's still out on whether he actually had a foreign substance or not, but if he did have a foreign substance, he hit it well. I think that they have not checked his batting gloves. I think the foreign substance was some kind of sugar, maybe from some Sour Patch Kids. Parker hits that one hard into right center. That's going to be a double at least, if not a triple. Parker just keeps on running, and he's in a rundown now, but he drove in 2 to get back to the base. So Parker with a 2-out double. The Backyard Ballers coach might have a heart attack. So Parker, they're going to have to check his bat, make sure the pine tar wasn't too high up on it. I guess they're going to wait and do that after the game. Pitch is in the dirt. Parker steals. So Parker has been known to have pine tar very high up on his bat. Fortunately, I think he's good from that one. I think it looked pretty low on that bat. Here's the pitch. Foul back for a strike. No rebound. Oh, good catch on the 1-hop by the umpire. Pitcher comes set. Two balls, 1 strike. Shortstop is almost playing on second base. Defensively, I don't understand any of this team's positioning. It's very, well, I guess they're just playing Luke to hit it to the right side, which I don't think they got the scouting report. Luke pulled one his first at bat, hit one to the right side his second at bat, so I don't know. I guess a 50-50 chance they're right, but there's a giant hole between short and third because the third baseman's holding Parker on, and the shortstop is like 3 steps off of second base. And the left fielder's playing on the left field line. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Parker fake steals. Here's the pitch. Luke fouls that one back. There will come a day, folks, when someone on this Pirates team steals home. You mark my words, someone will steal home. Like a clean steal, not on a pass ball. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Luke hits that one hard. Hits second base into center field. That's his 3rd single and 4th RBI of the day. Great job, Luke, hitting the ball well. So it turns out the shortstop knows more than I do. He had the scouting report right and was played perfectly. He just didn't come get it. The ball hit second base and bounced away from him. So good job, shortstop. Sorry for questioning your baseball knowledge. Here's the pitch. That one gets to the screen. It is high for ball one, and Luke advances. Travis, a.k.a. the Rock Jock, is up. I love that Travis wants to be a geologist when he grows up. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Man, he wanted that one. He was going to hit it a long way if he got a hold of it. Hamburger, get out there. Here's a pitch. It's inside, gets to the screen. There's going to be a throw. It's going to get into left field. Gets through the left fielder's legs. And Luke is probably going to, yes, he's going to score. And that, folks, is the ball game. Pirates win 13-5. Well, thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back at it in about 3 hours. Next game is at 4 o'clock. Tune in or not, but if you don't, you're going to be missing some good baseball. We'll see you at 4 o'clock.